I think it's the first time that I've seen him in here. Give it up for Nick Noctus.
So this is my first time doing this. My first attempt did not go well. Didn't make it onto the stage, but it wasn't as a welcoming and warm environment as this. I have a few jokes, but okay. Let me think. But there's a story. So there's this time went to the zoo the other day, and I really like to go see the monkeys because it really kind of reminds me of, like, a distant cousin you have in your family that you always get to kind of look down on a bit. Like, it always makes me feel a little bit better about myself. It's downward social comparison. You can look it up. It's a thing. So I get over to the area where they are, and I see them just frolicking around, just jumping, and my heart is just singing. I just stand there and I watch them. After a bit, I notice that one is missing some fur off a leg, and I can't get a good view of it. So I move around, and I eventually see they're missing the fur off both legs. And I'm like, the animal lover in me is not happy about this. I go and find one of the keepers, and I start asking them some questions, and they always answer my questions. I ask a few of them sometimes, and maybe one time it was maybe too many, and they didn't answer my questions, and I was a bit upset. But that's besides the point. So I asked them, say, hey, this monkey is missing fur off their legs. What's up? They say, yeah, it's like something that's been happening recently. They've been shaving their legs. And I'm like, what do you mean they've been shaving their legs? Like, how's this even happening? And this guy replies to me, he says, yeah, with shaving cream and a razor, in this tone that suggests, like, duh, like, obvious. So I'm starting to get, like, a little upset, a little weird, but I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to stay calm and ask some more questions here. So I said, like, how are they getting these razors and the shaving cream? And they said, well, we're not quite sure, but we think they're trading their time and their money for it. And now I'm just, like, rubbing my head. I'm like, what are these monkeys, consultants? Like, what is going on here? So I say to this guy, so you got these monkeys, they're trading time and money, or time and energy, for razors and shaving cream to shave the fur off their legs. And this guy goes, well, technically there's no difference between hair and fur. And I'm like, okay, so hair and or fur off their legs. And they go, yeah. And I said, well, what are they doing this, like, every day? Like, what's the frequency here? And they go, yeah, of course, every day. Otherwise it'd be, like, all prickly. Ugh. I'm like, I'm not sure what's going on here. And I'm just staring at this guy, wondering if he's pulling a joke on me or something. And then I hear in the background that sound, that, like, unmistakable shaving cream coming out of a can. I turn over my shoulder very silently, and I see a monkey shaving their legs. And I'm getting a little dizzy, I think. I have to leave the zoo. This is before my designated amount of time that me and my therapist talked about, that I get to watch monkeys, because I really enjoy it. I get in the car, I'm driving home, I call up my girlfriend, and I'm like, I don't want to bring this up. I just want to calm down a bit. I'm a little wound up. I don't want to get redone. And we talk, and she says, can you pick up some stuff on the way home? She sends me a list. I'm like, fine, cool. I remember I don't have a lot of money in my bank account, so I got to stop by my work, grab my paycheck, and I look inside the little chit, and it says, okay, I've got 88 hours I worked in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, cool, great. That was like a pretty good trade for this money. And then I go to the grocery store, I'm checking off the list one at a time, and I get towards the bottom, and there's, like, razors and shaving cream. And I'm like, oh, good, because I don't want another night of prickly legs with my girlfriend. Ugh. I used to think I was the sensitive one in the relationship, but it turns out it was my calves. Ba-da-ba. That's it. That's all I got.
No, stay.
Okay.
Not just do you have a question? Um, there was a lot of talk about shaving.
Yeah.
Have you ever? What's the worst experience you've had shaving yourself?
I mean, I think we've all, like, shaved certain parts of the manscape region, and then eventually, it's, like, great when it happens, but then you realize maybe you've gone a little too close. You get a little razor burn in places you didn't think you could or wanted to. And I think what I'm talking about. You probably don't, but
I know what you're talking about.
okay, yeah.
It's I got hair on the top. It's you get it. Yeah, it goes both. It's like this. It's a jungle. It's like the zoo. What else did you see at the zoo that was really standing out to you that you would take home and say you have a family member just like?
I mean, at the zoo, sometimes you take a look at some of these wild animals, and you can't really get to touch them or pet them without a little determination. So I think that's the message I take home to my cousins and my children, my family. Just get in there, especially when you're small, because when you get a little bit bigger, you're not going to have the opportunity to just squeak through some of these bars.
Okay, so you just hold them down and pet them.
Do what you got to do.
All right, I respect it. Make some noise for Nick. Noctus.